Hi, happy Thursday. I'm so happy to see you. We are diving in today to a continued exploration of cross-body strength integration. I'm going to be using two hand weights today. Mine are 5 pounds, but really anything from one upward is great. And if you don't have hand weights, don't worry about it. You can still totally do the motions without weights in your hands. I'm also going to be using my squishy Pilates ball. Same game. If you don't have a ball, don't stress it. Grab a throw pillow and we'll move on. Okay. So, getting started today. Building on the theme of last week, the idea of you are a successful mom. So, my invitation to you today, this sort of like integrated, embodied movement exploration of like bringing strength between the two sides of your bodies, between the two sides of your body, and really discovering like those really hyper strong areas of compensation, like the inner obliques, sometimes down in the hip flexor and the groin, kind of like this line tends to be super strong, while this area tends to not respond, or like right in here tends to not respond, or especially like right in here. We're going to like talk to all those pieces today. And I want you to take that physical challenge, because it is a challenge to show up and do this work, right? And motivation and the mental work to show up. But also take the challenge to let it be an exploration of your weakest links of kind of your limiting thoughts, right? So, like, where are the belief systems inside of you that keep you small? Or that keep you living habits and patterns that really are not serving you, right? And now that we've got these little people in front of us that encompass like 99.9% of your time and attention, it's like we kind of forget to even query into these places. But this is the space to do that. It's the space to live your mind, body, and soulful connection. It's like, all right, what are my limiting beliefs? What story am I living out that's not actually my story? Right? I kind of think of myself as a child and like my self-identity. And when I really think into like who Rachel is, there's this essence of me that's just sort of always been there, right? I'm just like, I know myself. That's who I am. These like playful, fun qualities. And it's like really a lot of images of childhood come up. And when I look at my kids, I kind of, that mirror is there for me. But also it's like, what have I become and whose stories am I living? Because honestly, most of them are like my mom's or her mom's. Like I just went and visited my grandmother in California, and that was like a whole can of worms that got opened up for me. But I was like, what, what versions of life am I living? Because it was just subconsciously instilled into me. And now that I'm a mom, I'm just playing it out and I don't even realize it. Like, this is the moment to ask the questions and be like, let's bring just a moment of awareness, not critical, just a moment of awareness. Whose story am I living? What would serve my happiness? What would serve my family's happiness? What if? Okay, so get to know your limiting beliefs, and part of them are going to come to play probably in our practice today. Like, oh, I don't do that. My body doesn't go there. I can't do that. Yes, you can. I'm going to show you how. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is actually come on up to stand, and we're going to warm up the whole system. So come on up with me. We've got two strong feet on the ground, hands on your hips, and you're just going to rock a little side to side, side to side, or forward and back, excuse me. Whew. Shrug those shoulders up, back and around. Good. And then you're going to go ahead and take those arms all the way up alongside of your ears. Big breath in, two strong feet on the ground. And I want you to pause there with your arms next to your ears. And I want you to just feel around kind of what we were looking at last week of the shoulder blades moving. Can the shoulder blades glide up and down, right? And can you sort of feel around into the armpit line and into the tricep line? Good. And just notice what is different than the shoulders lifting you. There's something here that can move, right? Not even be strong, just move, right? And then from there, you're going to grab your left wrist. So my elbows are bent. This is a side bend that does not just come because I'm grabbing my arm and reaching my shoulder. It's going to come because I've engaged my abs, my shoulder blades are connected on my back, and I'm actually squeezing my right waist. And what that does is it opens up the left side a little bit. It's like, oh, that. I haven't felt that in a long time, right? Back up other side. Grab your right wrist, shoulder blades together, chest is open, neck is free. And you're just thinking like, oh, my ribs, that little like space of my waist right here. I wore a sports bra today so you could see it. It's right in there. There you go. You're gonna feel like, oh, I can move in there. How relieving. And then back up. Then you find parallel. You find both sides working together. And as soon as you start to tip back, your butt wants to fall back, right? Because your belly lets go. So pull up, pubic bone and belly button. Let your back work for you. Feel how it can squeeze and contract. We get so scared of hurting our back or our back going out. That becomes, again, one of those limiting beliefs of like, my back doesn't move like that. Well, your back needs to get strong with your abs. So sort of feel around, can you move in that direction? Information gathering. And then interlace your hands back behind you. You're going to shrug your shoulders up, back, and around. Good. And then once the shoulder blades are together, reach the knuckles back. Feel the chest lift. Use your back. Now push onto your feet. Use your abs. Forward bend. Three-dimensional U. It's magnificent. Bend your knees, fingers to the ground. Right leg steps back into your low lunge. Good. So remember those leg lifts we did last week where we were on this single leg lift? That's what we're doing when we lunge, okay? I'm rolling forward and back on the ball of my right foot, kind of feeling, if you missed last week, go back and do it. It's a nice like orientation to right-left strength. Go ahead and pause there. Shoulder blades back, lift your chest. Go ahead and drop your right knee. Sink your hips forward there just a little bit. Feel that right hip flexor opening up, but also notice what's happening in that space we just side bent with. I almost said side bended. I'm listening to my 6-year-old too much. Left butt underneath you, chest open. Now you are going to side bend. Right arm up. And I want you to feel that left waist and rib cage kind of bite you a little bit. Remember, your side body needs the middle belly. Shoulder blades back, chest up. Both hands down to the ground. Big breath, find your center. Pick up that right knee. Right heel is going to pike up. Left leg is going to straight. I'm using my back to lengthen forward. Check that out. My back is stretching. I'm using the front of my body to contract and forward bend. Really different than trying to straighten and fight the hamstrings without moving the back. It can't happen. Rebend your left knee. Open your chest. Take a breath. Step forward. 2 strong feet. Fold in half. When I come up, my back is going to move. See how my back was part of that? It's like a deadlift. Arms up. Big breath. Try your side bend again. Right side. And just notice there's a moment when like everything right here wants to go nutty. Relax it. You've got power underneath your shoulders, I promise. Good, your heart's in there, your passion, your soul, your belly. Everything above your shoulders is kind of secondary. Come on up, that's what just makes you crazy intense. Interlace your hands back behind you, shrug your shoulder blades up, back and around, and forward bend. Breathing out, diving into it, nod your head up and down. Bend your knees, fingers to the ground, chest forward, left leg is going back. You're gonna feel that distribution of weight between right and left, right? Pause there, drop your left knee for a moment. Feel the chest open. Breathing into it. And then noticing, as soon as you change the shape of the legs, we really start to open up the hip flexors, the pelvis wants to go wonky. Find the waistband, find your booty a little bit, and then you're gonna go ahead and lift your chest. Your left arm is gonna go up and you're gonna side bend. I'm using that right waist. I'm pinching it down just a little bit, and I'm lengthening and putting space in my left rib cage. Both hands down. Find your parallel again. You're picking up the back heel, back knee and back heel, and really piking up. Now, this forward bend, as much as I'm feeling my hamstring, right, is actually about my upper body lengthening, shoulder blades together, and a light contraction of my abs. Just be there for a sec. Rebend into that right knee, left leg is pressing back. This time, 2 palms on the ground, lift the chest, you're going to down dog. Pedal it out, nodding. Exhale, out of the mouth, out of the jaw, one more. Exhale, press out of both of your feet. It's a plank pose. You're lifting yourself forward. Drop your knees, incline plank. Shoulder blades are gonna bite you back. Feel your chest reach you forward. Now, abs, 2 times. One more. From there, hold, squeeze the legs, squeeze your butt, lift, push the heels back, toes on the ground, abs up, your back is working with you. One more, breathe in. We're doing 5 reverse sit-ups. 1, little crunches. 2, push equally into the heels of your hands. 3, and into the pads of your feet. 4, 5, down dog, pike it back, good job. Told you we were gonna warm up. Nod your head up and down. Right leg is high, send it up. Just notice what happens when you go to lift a leg in the 3-legged dog. everything goes into a funny position, right? Just notice that for this round. Come forward, take a step. Here's your low lunge. Drop your back knee. Your arms are going up alongside of your ears, a light back bend. Use your back. Hands to your heart. Elbows are going wide. Now, when I press my palms into each other, I'm going to engage my chest, but it's not going to curl me forward. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades together, and I'm going to turn. Hook the elbow, and just give yourself a moment. I'm lengthening this side waist. My left waist is getting longer. My outer thighs are kind of squeezing into my midline a little bit to keep my hips steady. Take a breath in there. Add the middle belly. Come back through center. Both hands down to the ground. Pick up the back knee. You're turning your feet parallel. You're in a straddle forward bend. Nod your head up and down. Bend a little side to side. Feel into those legs. Press into both feet. You're rolling on up to stand. Breathing in, kind of bringing the whole body up with you. You're going to do heels in, toes out. Bend your knees and sit down into your wide second position. Move a little side to start. Just kind of say hi to the legs, okay? From there, you're going to pause. Your heels and your toes are strong on the ground. And once you feel your inner thighs kind of getting pressed back because your outer thighs are engaging, your butt is engaging. Now orient your pelvis. Hands to your waist. Big breath. Shoulder blades together, chest open. Now tighten the core. Find your plank pose. One more. Find your plank pose. Squeeze your butt. Now, right underneath your hands, make a muscle, side bend. My head is going where my body goes. It's not leading the way. Squeeze, squeeze. Your hands help your brain find the muscles you're trying to strengthen. Notice if one side is a little more of a yes than the other. That's okay. You found one of your weaker links. One more time to each side. Woo! And you're up. I know you felt your legs too. Shake it out. It's going to be a warrior two to your left foot. So you're carving it out. Bend that front knee. Strong back leg. Arms are wide. Now check it out. Shoulder blades together, chest open. Rotate. See what I'm doing? That's the twist we just did. Twist. Left knee is open over my left pinky toe. It's a big waist move, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. That's the side bend. Tip it back. There it is. Who knew you were going to learn the basics of yoga today? Hands down to the ground, low lunge. Pick out of that back heel. Big inhale. Drop your back knee. Sink your hips forward. Have a moment. Just feel around into that. Arms up, crescent lunge. Feel that nice big lift. Good. Hands to your heart. You're going to press your palms into each other. You're going to feel the underside of your arms engage. Pull in and then twist. Try that a couple of times. Like, how do I twist over there? And then reach and press. Keep pressing your top hand down onto your bottom hand. It's going to help you turn the ribs to the left. Lift your chest and lengthen it. Breathe. Push into that front foot a little bit. Add your middle belly. And notice how it orients the twist better. Controlled. Come back through center. Hands down to the ground. Pick up your back knee. Breathe in. We're turning the feet parallel. We're back on that straddle forward bend. Dropping your head, neck, and shoulders. Now sway a little side to side. This time as you come on up, roll through it. If your ball is nearby, grab it. If it's not, go get it. And then we're doing heels and toes out. Ball between your palms this time. We're going to do rotations. So what I want you to start with is what we set up. Outer thighs are engaged, inner thighs are engaged, core is engaged. Your butt is kind of wrapping underneath you up into your abs. So you really have posture from your sit bones all the way to the crown of your head. Take a breath, press in on the ball. I want you to think about your left palm pressing harder on the ball, and it's going to push you to the right. Left palm, push you to the right, okay? Squeeze your legs, live in it, let it burn, big breath. 5 times. Left palm pushes you to the right. Your left shoulder, by contrast, is staying back, okay? That was 1. Here we go. We're going to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice how it lights you up right here. Other side. You can shake it out for a sec. Come on down. Here we go. Right leg or right hand. Big breath. Right hand pushes to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. Come back up. Arms up. Exhale. Drop the ball. Warrior 2 to your right foot. Carve it out. Sit down into it. Open up. Feel the 2 sides of your waist. Feel that turn, right? Internally rotating through that left leg. You're sitting into it. Pull up. Look forward. Feel that you're connected right to left. Peaceful warrior. Use your left waist. Come back. Really nice. Hands down to the ground, low lunge. We're stepping into a plank pose. Chest forward, shoulder blades. Here we go. Now, squeeze the left leg and push the toes down on the ground. Lift the right. 5, 1, 2. You need your left rib cage helping you. Push down, pause. Right toes push down, right ribs pull up. 5, lift your left foot. 2, 3, 4, 5, knees down. Whew. Palms wider than your mat. Chest open. Now I want you to think about your shoulder blades squeezing your spine as you move onto your push-up, okay? The other piece here is that as soon as you feel your shoulders go up to your neck, we've lost the chest. Big breath. Pull in. 10. Here we go. Push the ground away with your hands. Squeeze the backs of your arms with the chest. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Hips your heels. Good job. I feel that release through there. Rolling yourself on up as you breathe in. Grab your ball. Very similar to what we did last week, okay? We're going to do this kind of chest and butt orientation to each other. We're adding on to it though this week. So my right hand is on the ground. My left hand is on the ball, okay? I'm going to stretch my right leg back. Pushing down onto the ball, I want to feel that energy rising up. You can see what's happening on the left side of my body. It's rising up, right? So I can't push all my weight on that ball. I will fall over and you'll hurt your wrist. What you're feeling is the instability in the hand giving rise to this becoming more of your stability. That's where we're going anyway. Here we go. Big breath, shoulder blades together, chest is engaged. Point your right toes, squeeze the back of your leg, pull your abs in again. You're lifting the leg up. Now, stay with me. Reach out to the right and tap. Sorry, I gotta move forward. I'm kicking the plant. You're gonna come down to the right. You're gonna come up on the diagonal. You're gonna reach down and tap on the other side of the left foot. We're making an arch. We're just pausing along the way. Pull in. Squeeze the back of the leg up, out to the right, outer butt cheek, lift, woo. If the ball is like no good, tap outside of your left foot, lose it. If you need to come down to your elbows, come down to your elbows. You should be feeling like a constant push-up basically in your upper body. We are going slow with this butt. Squeeze your waistline. It's gonna help you stabilize. Inner, outer, under, over, booty toning. That was 6. We're going to 10. 7. Close your eyes. Feel into it. 8. 9. Woo. Last one. I love you. Let's go. Last one. Woo. Pause. Right knee down. Left elbow comes down to the ground. Sorry, right elbow comes down to the ground. You're on 2 knees, right elbow. Left arm out to the side, chest open. Pull in. Left arm lifts. Tap. Lift. Tap. 3, 4, 5, and you're down. Whew, come on up. Left elbow underneath your right for a moment. You can just feel that kind of stretch through you. And you can stretch into the back, the other one. Good. There you go. And then back up. All right, you ready? Palm underneath your right hand. Woo! Left booty is going back. I gotta move over just a little bit because of the wall. Okay, you stay where you are. Restrictions of shooting and all that. Okay, left ball of your foot on the ground. Right foot is steady. Pull up through the chest, shoulder blades together. Big breath in. Pull up through the core. I want you to feel how much you want to lean to one side or the other. Okay, it's instability. I'm creating instability on purpose so you can find how to stabilize yourself in the most unstable situations. It's not even meant to be a metaphor. It's real life. Squeeze that left leg in. Point your foot. Here we go. We're lifting up, 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 up. Now you're going out to the side and tapping. Coming up, over, tapping outside of your right foot. Now, as the leg comes out to the side, you need your left waist biting in. As it comes up, you need stability in the middle. As it goes to the right, you need the left waist to contract. You can look underneath yourself and see what's happening. I have to keep reminding my belly to do its job, and my back, and my armpits, and my triceps. Woo! Up, over, up, over. We're halfway there. You reset any point along the way. If you feel like you've lost your abs, put your foot down, reset. If you need to come down to your elbows, come down to your elbows. This is kind of like the most advanced version, right? The most unstable version of things. Last 3. Woo! Last 2. Last 1. I'm with you. Chest up, ribs up. And you're out, both knees down to the ground. Left forearm down to the ground. Right arm goes out to the side. Big breath. Move over a little more. Okay, big breath. Arm is out straight. Here we go. You're lifting. You need both shoulder blades working together because the left side is the stabilizing for the movement. 3, 4, 5, and you're out. Oh my goodness. Come on back. Have a seat. Feet together, knees open, ball to the side. Circle the waist there for a second. No joke, right? Up and around to the other side. Like, so satisfying to suddenly feel these muscles that have been elusive for so long actually like click. The brain to actually find those pieces of yourself. Pause as you sit up tall, arms up by your ears, lift your chest, take a twist to the right, arms come down, pinch the shoulder blades together and rotate. Back through, arms up, over to the left. Pinch, rotate. Nice. And then coming back through center. All right. The ball is going to go behind your sacrum now. So come on down. Keep your weights nearby. We're going to see those in a sec. The ball is going to go up and underneath your sacrum. Should feel good after what we were just doing on all fours, right? It gives your low back a release for a sec. So here we go. Big breath in, shoulder blades down. Find your plank on your back. Should feel very yes right now. Like we've asked for a lot from it so far. So coming back to transverse abdominal work after we've been doing such dynamic work can have a whole new level of meaning to it, okay? Remember, pelvic corridor all the way up through the middle, ribs together, chest open, shoulder blades down. Right leg up, left leg up. We're balancing, okay? Big breath in, find your middle. What I want you to start to become aware of is how much the outer thighs work with the outer waist to hug you into the middle and create a more of a tapered connection in the waist, okay? Whatever shape the waist is, we want to feel that connection through right and left. That's your stability, right? It's not about having like, obviously like a tapered waist. Big breath in, squeezing in, although those are always nice. Pulling up through your pubic bone, down through your belly button, find your low belly, touch it. And then you're going to start to scoop those muscles from your pubic bone to your belly button as you squeeze your butt, squeeze your outer thighs, find your belly, and crawl it back up. Okay, we have 10 of these, double leg taps. You can stop your legs at any point along the way if you feel your belly let go and lose it, okay? So maybe your range of motion is just a couple inches. Maybe you're on single legs. That's perfect as well. What we're really feeling is how working together, the two sides of the body can strengthen each other. We don't always have to be in isolation. Now that we've activated both sides independently, notice how much better they work together. That is a metaphor. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, last 2. Last one. And pause. Shake it out there for just a second. Now we're going to isolate it, okay? So this is very shaky. You're on a ball. If you need to lose the ball, you do it, all right? Big breath in, brace. Your right leg is going straight and hovering. Your left leg is lifted to tabletop. Can you look down and find your brace? See that your hips are even. Right leg is moving up and down. 5. It's not from the collarbone. Let the ribs and chest do more than the neck. 3. I have my fingers on my shoulders to remind them they're not driving. Whew. Last one. Right leg to tabletop. Left leg goes straight. Big breath. Here we go. Up and down. Up. And feel how much the leg is connected to the whole side of your body. You know, in phase one, we work so much on just activating. It's like, how do I even turn these muscles on? How do I find them again? Now we are way into integrating. The body is a system, a unit. It works together. I think that was more on the left side. Both knees to tabletop. Big breath in. Find your brace. You're going to slide the knees out about 6 inches. So I'm on like a 3/4 bend. Pull in, come back. So this is unstable because it's on the ball, but it also is really nice for supporting the low back. So the low back doesn't get pressed and like compromised and overgrip. So you really be honest about your range of motion when you're on the ball. I just keep resetting with my breath. 3, outer and inner thighs, core. 2, last one, and release. Really nice. Feet down to the ground. Go ahead and lift your hips. Take the ball. You're sticking it between your inner thighs. You are also grabbing your weights. Here we go. Big breath in. My elbows are out to the side. My knuckles are pointing straight up to the ceiling. I have flat wrists, okay? So none of this funky like bent stuff. I've got flat wrists. I'm gonna squeeze the ball. I'm gonna feel my inner and outer thighs squeeze the ball, not just my knees or my hip flexors, right? I'm actually engaging my leg muscles. When I do that, it helps me wrap my waist and mirror it. Inner and outer thighs and waist, squeeze in. From there, squeeze your butt, lift your hips. Pull the ribs down, pull the shoulder blades together. Arms go up, out to the side. Don't touch the ground with the elbows, you're hovering. Up, shoulder blades together the whole time. 3, you're squeezing and using your chest, your biceps, and your triceps. Squeeze the ball. Woo, lengthen the low back. The alternative is to have the low back on the ground. Pause, big breath, reset. You're pulsing 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, focus on your chest. 7, 8, 9, 10, elbows down, weights come down. Squeeze the ball again, lift your hips a little higher, press your palms down. You're lifting your hips. 15, use your butt, use your hamstring. 2, 3, again, feel the two sides of your body coming together to work in unison. 8, 9, 10, 2 strong feet. We are already at 13, 14, and you're down. Keep the hips on the ground. Keep the ball to help engage the legs and the core. Your palms are going to grab those weights. You're going up. Find your shoulder blades. You're going overhead, tricep presses. You're going to keep the hips on the ground for this one. Squeeze the ball, squeeze your core, ribs down, shoulder blades against the ground. Use the backs of your arms, your armpits, and your chest. 1, be specific about the muscles you want working right now. When my arms go up, my ribs go down. 3, woo, we're slow and deep. 4, squeeze the weights equally to each other. If you know your left arm's a little weaker than your right, push the left weight a little heavier into the right side to make the left side work harder. Woo, last 3, last 2, last 1, and you're out. You're gonna drop the ball. So I'm gonna take the ball out, go further away. Take the weights, top of your hips. Take a breath. All this is gonna do is add weight to your butt, okay? Big inhale, squeeze, shoulder blades down, push into your feet, lift your hips. I'm not squeezing my hip flexors. I'm lifting from my butt cheeks. Last 15. Equal strength on both sides. You're gonna let your brain go into your left butt, let your brain go into your right butt, let your brain go into both butt cheeks. Can they work together? Woo, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and your hips are down. Take the weights out, hug your knees into your chest. We have one more thing here. Roll yourself on up. We're gonna form a C curve, okay? So if you've done bar or done bar with me before, you're familiar with this sort of tucked in, sort of collapsed feel, like not collapsed, but that like rounded feeling in the abs. I want you to see this shape for what it is. It's a huge whole core engagement. My back is working like crazy. But usually when we get here, we end up coming up into the traps up here and getting really tight, right? What I want you to feel is that the shoulder blades can hug you the way we've been working on, at the same time that your waist can create that strong engaged shape. Holding on lightly to the heads of the weights can be a really nice way to do that, because it makes the shoulder blades come up. Okay, so I just took like my first two fingers, kind of hooked them on the heads of the weights. Okay, my weights are halfway between my heels and my butt. Shoulder blades up, core in. Now, same thing we did on the ball. Can you scoop in? Pubic bone to belly button. You're going to feel your back come on up, especially all this stuff that we've been talking to this week and last week, right? So big breath in, pelvic corridor, there's my transverse, shoulder blades up, rolling under. It's a whole body move. Come back up, one more. Meditation on your abs, shoulder blades together, left ribs down, right ribs down, belly button in. Here we go, we have 15 little tiny crunches. It's isolated. If you need to be holding on behind your thighs, do that. If you need to touch it, touch it. Is your belly button going in? In. 9, 10, last 5, 3, 2, and you're up. Legs lying out in front of you, arms up. Bow forward as you exhale all the way down. Let it all go. 3 breaths here. Shrug your shoulders around. Roll a little side to side. This is the place where you hear the answers. Roll yourself on up. Roll your shoulders up, back, and around. We're going to do a twist. Go ahead and take your left leg underneath your right, sitting up tall, and just rotate to the right. And again, feel the shoulder blades come together. Feel your ability to wrap your waist around you. You don't have to make sense of it all. Come back through center. Creative impulse is exactly that. It's impulse, right? Changing sides. But here, let's query the question. What's your life story? What's your journey's mantra? Who are you? That essence that's been with you since before you were born, that you see mirrored in your children. Come back through center. What makes you happy? Feet together, knees open. Just ask the questions and be open to the answers. Bow forward, exhaling, and let it go. That's how we begin to rewrite our stories. Give thanks. Give thanks for this healthy body, your 2 feet, your 2 hands, your busy mind that was willing to be here with you and with all of us. Your beating heart, your flowing breath. Roll yourself on up. Thank you so, so much. Have a magnificent rest of your day. I think I'm on vacation next week. I think that's right. Next week I'll be on vacation. So we will be picking up the following week. So have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I will be seeing you in 2 weeks. All right. Namaste.